welcome back to the channel. Beretta 9mm USA here, and this is going to be a review of the Smith & Wesson Governor. We shot 260 rounds of V-Crown 45 long Colt ammunition during this review, and that review is coming up next. Double action from this far away. First thing to mention about this revolver, guys, is that it is made of scandium alloy, and that brings this weight down to 29.6 ounces for this massive revolver, and it is big. There's no question about it. When you pick it up though, the 29.6 ounces feels very light, and at first catches you off guard. The use of scandium technology by Smith & Wesson is really amazing.
The Neomag Rask. Grip is getting in the way of the extraction a little bit of one of the casings.
Nice. This revolver comes with a stainless steel cylinder, which is massive, and barrel. The pistol itself is very large and somewhat intimidating. Not your basic revolver here for sure, by Smith & Wesson.
So this revolver is extremely lightweight, which is a benefit in its intended use, which could be home defense, concealed carry, or mainly what most people are going to use this as is a backup gun, say in, bear country, etc., because of the rounds that this thing shoots.
So guys, we're shooting that Sig Sauer Elite Performance V-Crown 45 Colt 230 grain jacketed hollow point. It's traveling at 850 feet per second, and it has 369 foot-pounds of energy. That's a pretty nice round. And that's all we're shooting.
The Smith & Wesson Governor is a 6-shot revolver. So you have a 6-shot cylinder right here. You can see the 6 chambers right here. This revolver can shoot 45 Colt, which is also known as 45 long Colt, 45 ACP, or 410 2.5-inch shot shells. Any alone or in combination with the included moon clips that come with this pistol in the box. So you do have a lot of options as far as ammunition that can be used in this Smith & Wesson wheel gun. So right here what I'm doing is I'm plucking these empty shell casings out of the cylinder to reload it. Obviously you would do this during a lull and a gunfight. Right here is the Neomag Rask. It takes a Bianchi or a tough quick strip and adds this piece to it to be able to easily carry it in your pocket and always know where it's at. And then you just put it in the cylinder, strip away. There we go, now we're fully loaded again. 6 rounds of 45 long Colt. Sig V-Crown, defensive ammo. And again, another one, Neomag Rask with the Bianchi quick strip or speed strip attached to it. And of course, there we go, back into action.
That thing's a shooter, man.
Yeah, and then what's left right here, again, Neomag Rask. A really good carry option for revolver lovers out there if you want to carry spare ammo.
Good job. Nice work, young Beretta.
Yeah.
For the overall size of this revolver, guys, it does have an amazing balance to it. And because it's not heavy, you can wield it, go from target to target with it, or just enjoy practicing with it at the range. So it does have numerous types of uses out there, not just for hunting or a backup hunting revolver. It's just a pretty great revolver overall. The balance of it in the weight is really not a problem. The massive cylinder is just different. Very different to see, very different to use. You can feel it when you're pulling the trigger that this big cylinder is turning. The trigger, by the way, fantastic. Very consistent, a great double action, and kicks that trigger right back out to you. Very impressive for the trigger. And like I said, on the weight, on something this big, is terrific. This revolver comes with a fully shrouded ejector rod right here, so it's fully protected by the frame of the revolver itself. And when you use it, you can tell it'll push those spent casings out very forcefully, very fast, and hopefully clear this massive cylinder.
So guys, obviously the Smith & Wesson Governor has many uses because it is chambered in many different rounds. Our main use for this revolver is as a modern defensive 45 long Colt. And we think in that role, this thing is unbelievable. It shines so well. Packs a punch, and it has some serious firepower coming out of it. Neo-Mag Rask. Gotta get used to using a speed strip. Kind of dip in that front muzzle. I tried to do a pseudo double tap with the revolver and didn't necessarily work out the way I was expecting. I love this Neo-Mag Rask tool because it adds to the Bianchi speed strip, giving you something else to hold on to. Because as you guys know, if you've ever used one of these, it's pretty hard to hold on to unless you carry a few less rounds on the speed strip. So a full 6, really easy to use. Let's try one-handed. Just kind of jerking the trigger off the target.
Guys, if you're interested in a perfect pair, we wanted to show this real quick. The Smith & Wesson Governor in 45 long Colt, and then the Henry lever action rifle in 45 long Colt. Shooting them both the same day, it's just a great time at the range. This thing you can feel the recoil in, this thing you really can't. So if you're looking to share your caliber between a rifle and a handgun, this would be a possibility.
And that's the Henry color case hardened 45 long Colt rifle.
All right, we're going to start with the Smith & Wesson Governor in 45 long Colt, and then we'll go to the Henry. Double action from this far away. It's got some recoil. They're both pretty slick.
Yeah.
A little bit of recoil in the Smith & Wesson Governor, next to no recoil at all with the Henry rifle. The sights on this revolver are an integral rear sight into the frame itself and an XS tritium front sight. It makes for a pretty nice sight picture at the range.
Very fast and very accurate, actually. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I wanted to give you guys a look at what the rounds look like. 45 long Colt V-crown going into the Governor right here. At least you can get a closer look at the cylinder. And then I have two NeoMag rasps set up here for reloads. And you just simply reach in, grab it, and you pull it off your pants. Comes out in one piece like that. Like young Beretta says, gives you this large piece right here to kind of hold on to while you're loading the revolver. So that's what's going on with the Smith & Wesson Governor and the NeoMag rasp. Really tight lockup. Really good. Nice. That time I cleared them really well. So you're just ripping them off here, two at a time. Pull at an angle. Keep moving your cylinder around a little bit. Now it's done, so drop it. And you're back up and ready to go. It has some recoil.
Yeah.
But it is fantastic to shoot. And look how easy those casings fell out of it. I'm liking this Smith & Wesson Governor quite a bit. A lot more than I thought I would like it. So maybe this is going to be a long-term keeper for me. Anyway, guys, more shooting coming up.
I think it's a great addition to the 325 Thunder Ranch that you own. Keeping with that scandium line.
Right. I don't think I've ever done a video on that. But I do own that.
Alright guys, let's go over the grips that come on this wheel gun. These are the stock grips right here. They're rubber material. They're traditional Smith & Wesson rubber grips. This is a L/K frame style revolver and it has the round butt frame so you can put any pair of grips that you want on this revolver. This is a pair of Altamont grips. They're target style, which means the profile of the grips gets thicker near the bottom. I love this style of grips and Beretta Singer does too. This is very old school style as far as these grips and they just give you a really good hold on the revolver and controlling recoil. With this revolver, you want to make sure you stay away from the tang a little bit and keep your web beneath it because with this wheel gun, if we grip too high like so, it really was beating the crap out of the web of our hand. So just stay a little bit lower in the back of the frame here, but otherwise, did really good. Yep.
Oh, I've got one more reload.
Okay.
So down again, two at a time, and just ripping them off two at a time. Get rid of it, and you're back up. Wow. I'm getting better at it as I shoot it more.
Yep.
Oh, missed one that time.
It's just the grips, but the grips, in my opinion, add to the overall character of the pistol, you know.
And I thought it'd be really heavy when I first looked into it, but it's made of scandium, and that's that Smith & Wesson really high-tech metal. It's not very heavy at all. We'll find out for sure what it weighs and put it in the video from the tabletop, but it's not as heavy as it looks, I'll tell you that. Let's talk about the cylinder lockup when you're looking at a cylinder this large. Without pulling the trigger at all, just trying to show you the little bit of movement that's in this cylinder. It's not easy to lock up a cylinder this large, and for there being just a tiny bit of movement, I think that's acceptable. Let me show you when you pull the trigger. Still got that tiny bit of movement, and it's pretty much on every one. So this revolver is a little bit different than all our other revolvers, because most of the Smith & Wesson revolvers have no movement at all. This one has a tiny bit, and I think that's inherent to this revolver itself because of how large the cylinder is.
Yeah, and all I know is that this revolver has definitely better lockup than the Taurus Judge, which is the competition to this revolver. This revolver is a much higher quality revolver over the Taurus Judge, in our opinion.
And the Taurus weighed a lot more.
Yeah, yeah.
So
because they can't use the scandium technology like Smith & Wesson can, because Smith & Wesson just makes a better wheel gun in most cases.
Guys, I can't tell you, this feels like a 686 3-inch or something. Even though it's massive, it's light. It's light and very usable and user-friendly as far as wielding it.
And then, of course, the other benefit to this revolver over the Judge is you've got that 6th round, which can make the difference.
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
Taurus Judge is a 5-shot.
And that's definitely worth having. And then, of course, you get the Smith & Wesson lifetime warranty.
Yeah, the sights, the craftsmanship, just really high quality.
And we know of people that have sent their Smith & Wessons in to be worked on, and they're fixed, no questions asked, and returned back to the customer. So as far as we know, Smith & Wesson's warranty department and customer service has a very good reputation.
Yeah. So guys, one reason why the Smith & Wesson Governor is better than the Taurus Judge, it's not only because of the overall quality and how this revolver is made, but it's also that it holds a 6th round. I believe the Taurus Judge is a 5-shot revolver, which kind of sucks, although the Taurus Judge has a longer cylinder on it overall, which is interesting, but you know, for our intended use, which is 45 long Colt, and wanting this revolver to be accurate, this is amazing. Cylinder, very smooth. Lock up. All right, here we go. Let's try to run this fast. Gotta make sure I set it in my web properly, because beforehand it was hitting me pretty hard right there in the joint. So I've got to make sure I center it up in my web pretty good. Here we go. New mag rask. Got to make sure you set it all the way in and then tear away. And it's very simple. And then you're not causing any stress on the crane. One hand. There we go.
I do find it's easier to shoot two-handed than it is one-handed.
Yeah. Big time.
Of course, we're new to it, guys, so after a little bit of practice, we may get even better with it. It seems to be very well made.
No question.
Practicing just a little bit, I'm getting better at it already.
Yep. Good job transitioning targets. So that's what you were doing right there. I got a different angle though.
It's all right. It's nice not having to dig for the friggin' ammo, guys.
Yeah, or loose casings or something.
Right? This is a lot better. Works like a dream every time.
Stay on one target.
It's got some recoil, but I'm getting used to it already.
Yep.
Very nice. The Smith & Wesson Governor. So guys, I know this is a very unusual or unique revolver, and for that the price on it is $869 MSRP. Of course, you can find it for less at your local dealer or online, but for even $800 for what this revolver brings, it's very entertaining, I think, for the rounds that you can shoot in it, the size of it, and how light it is in weight because of the use of scandium. I believe for $800, that's a hell of a deal for a revolver like this.
And Brandon, here, show them real fast the lockup. There's actually 2 lockup points on this revolver. There's a ball bearing detent in the front of the crane.
Next to the ejector rod, right on the crane itself, guys, there's a lockup right there.
So it locks into the frame, and of course you got your star extractor that locks into the thumb piece, which is in the center of the recoil plate.
And that's pretty massive too. Both of them are pretty massive lockups. Guys, I gotta tell you, shooting the 45 long Colt out of this thing, you do have some recoil. I would say the recoil is between a 357 Magnum and a 44 Magnum. That's what it feels like when you're shooting it.
But it's much more controllable than a 44. It really is.
I found it very fun to shoot, no question about it.
Yeah.
Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, and support us on Patreon if you like, for more guns and gear videos coming up in the future.